Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of the Love is Rotten podcast with your host, July 9. And we will be getting right into this, right? I am not going to be speaking about my last endeavor with the last bozo podcaster that I was dealing with. I'm not even going to mention the name of it. I thought about it, and the more I thought about it, it was like, it's not even worthy. I will press you when I see you, though. And I'm going to just keep it at that. You know, in case you do see it, if you don't, I don't give a damn. Like, for the people that probably was trying and waiting to hear it, I'm sorry. I kind of grew out of it because it's like, it's not even worthy, you know. It's like, I'm not even going to, like, you know, it's not like I was getting paid. It's not like I was, none of that. I was simply lending my time, trusting another person, and trusting in the same dream, helping him with his own dream and all this other stuff. And when you're dealing with men who are women in the inside, and by this I don't mean anything about any LGBTQ alphabetical or nothing. I'm just meaning like this dude was just a guy and ended up being a bitch at the end of the day. And with that being said, whatever the case is, whatever. Welcome, the first episode, Love is Rotten. My very first episode, and I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I will. And let's get into this right quick, right? So, very first topic of the very first episode is going to be an old one. I don't really care how old it is. It's dear to me. I know the name of this podcast is going to give out a lot of different signals, maybe. But, hey, you don't know, you're going to figure it out what it's going to be about. It won't be about what you think it is going to be about. It might be about that something different. Anyway, I'm not even going to edit that. I'm going to just keep that in anyway. Shout out to Louis Vuitton. Shout out to Pharrell Williams for becoming the new creative director of Louis V. It's not what people were expecting, and I understand. Virgil was a different person, a different architect, a different fashion monster. Should not say probably. My bad. I'm not trying to disrespect Virgil. He will definitely be if not the greatest, one of the greatest architect designers. This is what I'm going to say. He will be the greatest architect designer of our time. Ever. Not our time, my time, anytime, all time. All time. Because this guy, he came up with things nobody saw. He did things like that nobody ever thought about, made it look cool. He came up like, bro, like, putting a hole in the middle of a hat, like, and then making it look cool, and then people buying it at an extremely outrageous price. But if anybody else was to do that, it's like, dude, what? So that's just crazy. So he is, you know, he's different. But, you know, he did go to school for architectural stuff, so, you know, it makes sense. But, you know, Pharrell's not going to be the same. Pharrell's not going to be the same. Pharrell's not going to bring no ripped things, anything like that. And I'm not trying to speak bad about Verge, but, like, Pharrell would be much more of a, like, classier type of guy with, like, an edge to him. At least now, this is what he looks like now as he's gotten older. But now that he has his job, like, you know, Pharrell's also responsible for a lot of things in culture. Like, Pharrell's responsible for a lot of things in culture. You know, he's discovered a few people. He's you know, he's had his, like, beats in the mix of almost a bunch of, and not almost anybody. I mean, he's been had his beats in the mix of a bunch of people, a bunch of greats, goats that we don't know and we do know, and that we thought that we knew and we didn't. I'm just probably saying a whole bunch of gibberish and stuff, but Pharrell is going to do his thing, and I am looking forward to June, which is going to be his debut, his runway debut with Louis. If I'm not mistaken, it's either going to be in Italy or in France. But I think. Well, no, it's not. It's not. It's going to be June. It's going to be June for sure, and you know, he recently went viral for wearing Louis V. I think it was like I don't think it's something that he created. I think that's the same jacket that White K Osiris went viral with, that people thought it was fake, but I don't think it wasn't. Now that I see Pharrell wasn't, I guess the one he had wasn't fake, but maybe it was fake, because the one Pharrell has looked like it came out of like an archive of a like of like a treasure chest that had mad dust on it in the in the basement of a descendant of Louis Vuitton, and they gave it to him for becoming the new director. That's what that looks like, because that's how vintage it looks. But Pharrell is a different guy, a different breed, just like the way that Virgil was, and R.I.P. Virgil. But Pharrell came up with the whole billionaire frames back in like maybe 2005, 6, around that era. So he's been dealing with Louis for a long time, and I think he's also had a few other things that he's been in the mix with Louis. And Pharrell also, he's responsible for even people knowing who Nigo is. Like, Nigo is his whole inspiration was Pharrell. He's like the Japanese version of Pharrell Williams. And I'm not even trying to say anything bad about Nigo, because Nigo is one of the greatest. This guy came up with Bape. Like, it was him and like it was like maybe 4 other friends. No, like 3 other friends with him, 4, or 3 friends or 2 friends. Something around that. But I know it was like a collective group that they had going on, or friends and stuff. And I think they were like selling merch, clothes, and like and CDs or something like that out of like somebody's store or whatever that they were all working in. And like a few other ones were like selling like their own little clothing things that they had going on as well. And then I think Nigo was like the last person to get his own thing popping and jumping. And I think it was after he saw the movie of Planet of the Apes that he ended up getting like the idea of what he wanted to do. And then I think his brand was probably like the biggest one. It ended up becoming a thing out of the all of the friends that had their own thing going on. And and then he started buying his chains based the same way that Pharrell had them, because he was in love of how Pharrell had his chains and the style and all this stuff and the culture. And and they end up meeting. Next thing you know, Pharrell brings Bape over, and and voila. But I do believe Pharrell's gonna do his thing, because he's just a whole different mind, a whole different thing. He's doing this thing with building his boys club. He's been always doing that. He's been doing his whole thing with ice cream. And a lot of people been thinking and saying that he ain't create much, but he has. It's just you guys haven't seen it. Those billionaires frames were like the hottest things ever. And then Virgil decided to actually like bring him back and pay some homage to Pharrell, and brought back those glasses when he was doing his thing with Louis. So it's like, like this dude is like, he's just silent with it. He's just very quiet, callado, tranquilo, So yeah. So now, congratulations to Nigo. Because aside from him being the creative director of Kenzo, which I believe maybe someday we're going to see a Louis and Kenzo collab, only makes sense. Because they're two just, they're best friends. But now he has a what we call it? A collaboration deal with Nike. And, the wave of Louis and Nike stuff, collaborations died because, Virgil was the one responsible for that. So, unless we get those retro or something like that, we might not be getting those again. And I don't know if Nike tried to get at Pharrell and they was like, maybe they couldn't, or maybe they just thought Nigo would be a better fit. I'm not sure, but Nigo and Pharrell, we might see that one coming. Nike and Louis, you might see another Nike and Louis collab, and you heard it here first. Love is Rotten podcast. Remember that. Louis and Nike collab again. because of Nico and Pharrell. It's not official, and I'm just, speculating, but it only makes sense, only makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. R.I.P. Vivian Westwood. I just want to throw that in there. She's actually the one responsible for designing that whole hat that Pharrell went viral with, that had like the Arby's Tuesday thing, like, and it's crazy because Arby's even decided to like hit up Pharrell to buy the hat because it looked like their logo and shit. So funny, just to let you know how influential Pharrell is. That even with the food industry, he's involved. But yeah, baseball season is among us, upon us. The Yankees, we alright, we hanging in there, we're doing our thing. I hope we get better because this record of ours is too similar to the wins and the losses. It's too similar, man. We need to be winning more than what we're losing right now, like a lot more. We're over 500, but we need to be like well over 500. And yeah, shout out to the Rays, undefeated, like 13-0, crazy. I don't think anybody, not even them, expected that shit to happen. Shoot. Like, I don't even think they would have told you, yeah, we're going to start off the season 5-0. They would have never said that. Now they're 13-0. Crazy, but shout out to the Rays. Shout out to the Rays. And let's talk about basketball right quick, because the Knicks in the playoffs, and we winning. We just won the first game against the Cavs. I believe yesterday, Saturday, to this Sunday, April the 16th. Not sure when this episode will be coming out, but yes, man. The Knicks won. They beat the Cavs. Jalen Bronson doing, that's how real it is. Jalen Bronson doing his thing. Julius Randle doing his thing. And I hope you do better thing, because first game was a wobbler. But anywho, RJ Barrett also doing a thing. Mitchell, boom boom. Yeah, man. I was surprised. I wouldn't say I'm too surprised, but the Cavs is not a bad team. That Spider Mitchell's over there, bruh. They got Jared Allen. They got the point guard. I forget his name. I get it botched up all the time. Gallard or Jared or Garrett or you know who he is. But yeah, man. Doing his thing. So, shout out to the Knicks. Hope we make it far. Hope we get somewhere with this. And right quick, man, I want to make this episode kind of short right quick, but the Lakers. I just want to speak about the Lakers right quick, because people really thought LeBron or the Lakers wasn't going to do nothing. Because I don't know what it is that people scared of. Like Memphis, I don't think Memphis poses no threat. Memphis, like, other than what? Like, maybe that job might bring that take a nigga talk. Nah, but, like, what is it that people afraid of? Like, Ja is still not even a scary guy to think about. Like, Ja, like, other than him going viral for what he's going viral and, like, ain't nobody scared of Memphis, bro. Ain't nobody scared of Memphis. Like, maybe when they had Zebo back in those days, they were, like, mad, aggressive. Well, wait, I can't say much because they do have Adams. Adams is hella aggressive. But still, bro, like, Bron in playoff mode is a whole different dude. He's a whole different monster. Like, people should know this by now. People should know he's not somebody to play with. Like, Bron is he's a different breed. Different breed. Like, in the playoffs, what? And this dude, Austin Reeves, bro, like, what's up with homie? Like, where's this guy from? Like, this dude is just like, bro, he's like, he pulled up to the team and he told AD, Bron, I'm the captain now. Because, like, bro, this dude is not just regular season. Like, this guy is doing his thing even now in the playoffs. Like, this guy is going off. Dude had, like, buckets. He's buckets. He scored 20-something today. AD 20-something too. Bron had, like, 18, maybe 27. But that's good, though, because that means, like, Bron don't got to do all that crazy stuff because it's Memphis. He'll probably go harder with the other teams and stuff. Right now, he'll let the little pups do their thing. But, yeah, Memphis, good luck to y'all. But I don't think, they're going to win a few games when they want to. But I don't see Memphis really doing something, because there's a bunch of younger dudes. And I don't see them having a vet that's going, control them or anything like that. Maybe Steven Adams is the biggest vet they got. And he's not even like a championship dude. Like, you know, he doesn't have a championship or anything like that. But, you know, I think he's had a few playoff runs in here and there. But I think he's the only person that, you know, that could probably be the locker guy dude. But either way, with that being said, the lights went off. And I'm not going to restart this. And I'm going to just keep it like this. Because, listen, it's going to go up like this. With that being said, this is July 9. This is Love is Rotten, first episode. Welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed it, loved it as much as I did. Next episode will be 10 times better, I promise. I was just so happy and excited about this and getting it out the way. And yeah, man, I just wanted to do it and just wanted to get it out there. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Love you guys. Enjoy. Have a great night. Peace!